Hey guys, welcome back. Chili Sports Cards. Today I got kind of an exciting video for you guys. I finally got my cards back. I do know what the grades are, so it's not going to be a surprise for me. But you know, if you guys follow my channel, you guys know about my card, buying stuff and what I buy. And one of the cards that I was really excited about was 89 Upper Deck, and I pulled that in a box. If you guys haven't watched that video, please go back and watch the video. I think it only has like 35 views. So I opened up a box of 89 Upper Deck, the BBCE, which is Baseball Card Exchange authenticated, sealed, lowest series box, and I pulled a Griffey out of it. And it looked really, really nice, and I'm going to talk about that card because it's in here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open it up and then show you guys what I sent off. There was 13 cards total, and I'm going to probably open it up off camera real quick just so I can get it done for you guys a little bit quicker that way. Sorry, I bumped the camera with my hand. So anyways, yeah, man, SGC received this order on April 8th. It's June 6th. So they almost had these cards for like, man, I think it was like about 40 business days, 42 business days, something like that. So it took a while. They got backed up, and I'm pretty sure they still are backed up a little bit, but that's okay because I finally got them. On SGC, they're doing their population reports. Those are up and running, and also the seller images are pretty cool because I actually used one of those pictures and I put one of the cards up for sale, and somebody already bid on it actually. So I think it ends in about 12 hours or something like that. So it's got one bid. I'll talk about that card too when it comes up, because most of these cards I'm gonna probably be keeping, but I'm gonna put up a couple of them for sale. So hopefully this is all of the cards. Here's the stack. There should be 13 cards here. So let's go and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that one. So you guys might have been able to see what was on the thing there. So I guess what we'll do is we'll talk about the first card first. That was kind of a heartbreaker. The heartbreaker we'll get the bad out of the way first. So this is the 89 Upper Deck that I pulled from the box. This was the card that I was most excited about and most heartbroken over, because I know this card is a much better grade than when I sent in for the cards. I wanted this to get at least a minimum of an 8.5, or I didn't want it graded. This was the only card that I did that with, and it was the only card that I got under a 9. So spoiler alert for the rest of the cards there, I guess. So if you guys take a real close look at this card, you guys can see that it's centered very, very well. Probably one of the best I've ever seen. It's perfectly centered. The only major defect, or any defect that I found on this card at all, I'm gonna see if I can try to find it for you guys, because it's so bad, like it's so faint you can't even see it. Right here, right about where his mouth is, there's like a super fine little wrinkle on the card. Trying to see if I can get it on camera here. Okay, do you guys see it? There's a small little wrinkle. Now, it's like right by his, like where his like lower lip is. Let's see if I can put it right on the camera. So focus. I mean, look, it's so like it's such a minor flaw that I can't even pick it up on my. Okay, do you guys see that? I can see it when I'm looking at my phone. So it's like a little surface wrinkle, basically right there where the shiny light's at. That's the only thing wrong with this card. It's got that little hairline type of line in it, and then there's another little surface line that goes across. I don't know if you guys can you see those little lines right there. So the surface is not perfect by any means, but in order for me to prove that this is not a crease and a wrinkle, I gotta check on this side, then check the back of the card, and it is not there. It literally is not there. So it's a surface issue. It's not a crease. If it was a crease, it would go all the way through the card, but it's not. The corners on the card look really, really good. This hologram right here is one of the best I've ever seen. It's missing a small little touch of the top right there. It's not bad. I've seen a lot of people don't. A lot of the grading companies don't even go with this. I think PSA is the only one that actually grades this, because I've seen some really ugly ones get 10s and 9.5s. Beckett and SGC. So I don't even think that they grade that. They just concentrate on the card for the most part, unless you're PSA. But yeah, like I said, it's got the couple little lines in this little surface wrinkle. It's super hard to pick up. You have to be in the right lighting, and you have to be in person. If this was sitting in a case, you wouldn't be able to see it. Really, I guarantee you wouldn't be able to, because I can hardly see it with my naked eye. So going over the corners, the edges, and the corners, the edges are nice. The centering is beautiful. There's no way that this card should have been graded under an A5, in my opinion. To have a couple of surface flaws is not a huge issue. You know what I'm saying? I think SGC graded this card a little too tough, and that's one of the things that I like about SGC. I mean, it's a good thing that they grade tough. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send this card into Beckett, and I'm gonna have them grade it. I'm gonna probably do like a 4 or 5 day thing or a 2 day thing, and just pay the money. That way, you guys can see when it comes back the other grades, the subgrades. I expect this card to actually get a 9 or a 9.5. With those surface flaws, it's not that big of a deal. Everything else is going to get a 9.5 gem min on it. So even if the surface gets a 7 grade or a 7.5, which I don't think it will, I think we'll probably get an 8. It should grade at least an 8.5. It should. It really should. So I was a little disappointed in that card right there. Seeing as how it's not a crease, and I proved it. So let's get to the stack. Let's get to the fun. It's 8 minutes into the video, and I haven't showed you guys any of the slabs yet. So let's go ahead and start it off right here. A lot of this order is going to be, well, let's just go. Let's just do it. All right, you guys ready? Let's do this. So we got a 9.5, which is a Mint Plus, Nolan Arenado. This is a Bowman Sterling refractor, number to 199. It's 161 to 199. I got the 9.5. This is a card that I think is really gonna, spike up in value a lot. If you check out the 2011, which is a year after this is the 2010. The Bowman Sterling Mike Trout prices are crazy. Especially when you're looking at the refractors, you're looking at least $2,000 mint, raw. And this is a graded Mint Plus of Arenado from the year prior. The 2010 Arenados are his first cards, like the first chromes and stuff like that. So, seeing as how it's a Bowman card and it's 2010, I think this card gets overlooked a lot. And I just really think that this is an amazing card. I think it's something that could be potentially really, really go up in value. And I bought a PSA 9 for about $70, and I have that one. And I have this one. So, and this is the 9.5. Another one of the cards that I sent in was this one right here. And you can see the labels already kind of slid over. I'm going to see if I can fix that. So I sent in 2 of them. And they both got 9.5s. I honestly thought that one was significantly better than the other one. Judging by the centering, they look pretty much the same. I think that this one right here is better than this one. I think that the corners on this one are a little bit sharper. And there's like some... I should try to do a better job cleaning this card. It looks like there's some stuff right there on the surface. This one might have been able to gem. I'm not too sure. So one's 161 and one's number 26. Looking at the backs, you know, they both got a little white on the corners, a little tiny bit. So that's probably one of the reasons they didn't gem in right there. So I think that the 9.5s are fair grades for these cards. Actually, looking at them now in the cases, so I'm pretty pleased with these. So I think I've got 3 or 4 of these now. And, you know, there's only 200 of them, so pretty cool. Pretty excited to have those in my collection. I'll probably sell one of them for a price that I feel is what they're really worth. And so let's go to the next card. This is a Topps Finest refractor, Nolan Arenado. It also got a mint plus 9.5. You know, real pretty card. I really like Topps Finest. I like the thickness of them. I think they're sturdy, and I think that they're just really nice cards. You guys know how I feel about paper. There's nothing wrong with paper. Paper is cool. I think paper has its place in the hobby, and there's definitely nothing wrong with paper. But I like to buy quality stuff. I like to spend my money on cards that are just nice quality cards. And you know, paper, they used to make paper back in the 50s, so it's the year 2020, and for me, you know, a paper card is just not something that I feel like, you know, is worth it to me to grade. Now, value wise, there's a lot of paper cards that are much more valuable than this card. But Arenado's my guy. I really believe that he's you know, going to be up there with Mike Trout in value at some point in the next couple of years. A lot of people don't realize that he's actually the highest paid player per year per contract as far as position players go. You know, per year he's the highest paid player. You know, and I think that might have been before Mike Trout signed his contract, but you know, besides Mike Trout, he's the highest player, and he's definitely earned it. If you look at his stats over the last 5 years, they're just too good. And he plays third base, which is a really tough position to play. I played baseball, so I know it's a tough position to play. I think it's much harder to play than outfield. Not that outfield is anything to shy away from, but because third base does play outfield too. They have to run into the outfield. You know, does the outfielder have to run into the infield? No, they don't. He's got to play shallow outfield. He's got to play for the bunt. You know, he's got to take in consideration how fast and how hard he's got to throw the ball. You know, the runners on base and their speeds. I mean, there's a lot that goes into playing defense and third base. So anyways, about the card, it's a mint plus. I did send off 2 of these cards also. One got a gem mint 10. You know, I took a minute and looked at these cards, and I only like to send in cards that I think will get 9s or better. The Griffey's an exception because it's an iconic card, and I thought that it would get at least an 8.5. But so yeah, basically, if you guys are sending in cards, unless it's like something that's like something that you really value. Like, I want to send in some of my older inserts and stuff like that. I don't care how those grade, but, you know, as far as, you know, value, you know, basically a graded 9 card, it's nice. It's authenticated and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you can't expect to get much more than, like, Beckett book value, really. So, you know, you can get a little bit, most of the time, more, but at the same time, you can't really expect it, you know. But if you're talking about 9.5s and 10s, you can definitely expect to earn, you know, sell your card a little bit more than what it books for or what raw cards are selling for. So, Yeah, getting a card graded is definitely a great idea, and I got two of these graded, the Topps Finest refractors. Looking at the 2011 Topps Finest Mike Trout refractors, those are, graded 9s and 10s. They're selling for almost $1,000 now, or more if it's a 10. And the Topps Finest Mike Trout refractors, I actually had one. It was one of the very first cards that I sold, and I wish I would have kept it now, but I sold it raw, ungraded, like probably last year in August, and I sold that card for $500. And these are not numbered. The Topps Finest 2013s, they're not numbered. But you know what? If his prices reach Mike Trout prices at some point, these are going to be pretty valuable cards. And I think they're pretty valuable now. They're probably close to like $70, $80. So I'll probably sell the 9.5 and keep the 10. That's probably what I'll do. So really nice cards, man. I really like Topps Finest. So I think it's a set that gets overlooked big time, the Topps Finest. And you'll see some more Topps Finest, like this one right here. This is the X Factor. Now you can see how it has a different kind of glare to it. I'll compare the base refractor. See how it has just the rainbow look, and the X Factor has that like little square action in there. So it's just a different type of refractor. It's a little bit more rare. It's a little tougher pull. And this one got a gem mint. And I was actually really surprised on this one. I thought this would get a 9 or a 9.5. Judging by just the centering, let's go with a 9.5. Yeah, I don't really see much of a difference with the centering. They look pretty close, I mean, I don't know what you guys think. They're definitely pretty close. So centering is a really tough thing to judge without borders and stuff like that. So overall, it got a 10, and I'm not going to complain about a 10, So I was really happy with that card. Yeah, nice card, man. I'll probably keep this card right here, because like I said, I really do expect his prices to reach my chart prices at some point. So, that's just what I anticipate. So let's go ahead and talk about this card right here. This is the card that I actually have up for sale right now. It's got one bid going on it right now for $75. I used the seller image ready from SGC and I put it for sale already. I think it only has a couple more days in auction, but this is the 2019 Topps Chrome Update Blue Refractor. It's the Pete Alonso. It's got the rookie card logo. Out of all the rookie cards in this set of him, even the just regular Topps Update, there's like an All-Star Game version and there's a Home Run Derby version. This is the rookie debut, but he doesn't have one that doesn't have the rookie debut with just the base rookie card. I think that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has one like that, but Pete Alonso, this is his base rookie in this set, and it's the most valuable one. I really like this card, and I kind of thinking about regretting on selling it, but you know what? At the same time, I have quite a good amount of Pete Alonso stuff already. And I just was kind of curious to see what this card would do. It's a grade. It cost me about $12, $13 probably at the end of the day. The $10 plus a little fee, for shipping and stuff like that. But I picked the card up for $50, and I probably paid a little bit more than that for taxes. It was probably like $54, $53, and then it's a grade. It cost me probably like another $13. So. I'm probably about $65 into this card, and it's already sold for $75. So I already made like $10 on it. It's serial numbered right there, 19 out of 150. So this card is at a profit right now, and I expect the bid to probably go up to closer to $100. Maybe if I'm real lucky, maybe over 150. There's an All-Star Game version, not the Home Run Derby version. A PSA 10 like this sold for $150. So I don't expect the SGC to sell for much more than the PSA ever. but considering that this is the rookie debut and not the All-Star Game version, it should sell for more. It should sell for 150 plus, but I don't know. At the end of the day, we'll see how it does. If there's some guys that are really liking it, I think that this blue refractor, out of all the refractor colors in this set, I think that the blue is the prettiest by far. There's a purple that's kind of ugly, in my opinion. I really like purple too, and I'll show you a purple that I like in a minute. But yeah, this blue is just really pretty. I thought that this card would actually pristine, but if you guys are familiar with the SGC process and how they grade cards, the difference between a 10 gem mint and a 10 pristine is all about centering. It has to be exactly 50-50 centering. So, this might have missed the mark by just been 47, 52, or 53 or whatever. So, judging by that, it's a little bit thicker over here than over here. So that's probably why it didn't pristine, but. Other than the fact that it might be just a smidge off-centered, it's basically a pristine card. And, yeah, the back is just super unflattering. There's no cool picture or anything like that. It's just got some stats and a little story about his MLB debut. But, yeah, what a really pretty card. I'm not going to have this for much longer. Tomorrow and the next day. Well, today's Saturday, so I'll probably ship it out on Monday to whoever wins the bid. If you guys are interested, I definitely have this up for bid right now on eBay. So if you like the card, and you want to bid on it, feel free to do so. But yeah, 10 gem mint, it's beautiful. It's an awesome card, man. Next card, I said we'll talk about some purple, so let's go ahead and talk about some purple. This one was the shocker out of the group for me. I didn't expect this to gem mint. It's a Nolan Arenado Bowman's First purple refractor. This card right here in this case, man, it pops, dude. It really does. I expected this card to only get a 995. I knew that the centering was really good for this set. It is definitely a little bit off-centered. This is a little bit thinner over here than over here. So, anyway, like I said, I really didn't expect this card to gem mint. I expected a 9 or 9.5. So I was really surprised with this. I feel like it's probably a little bit overgraded, by a half point at least. But I'll definitely take the 10 gem mint. It's a beautiful card, and I can't say that it's not. So yeah, I don't know. It's the purple refractor. It's number 380 out of 999. Which isn't super rare, but it is the first chrome, and it's better than the regular version. It is the purple refractor. He plays for Colorado, and there's a lot of purple in their uniform. So that's one of the reasons I like purple with Rockies, with Arenado. I think that the purple just it just goes, And purple for me, in the SGC case, it just really pops. So really excited about this one. I definitely did not expect it to gem mint at all. So it was kind of a surprise, and I was really happy about it. And this is definitely going to be one that I don't sell for a while. If I see some other purple Arenado PSA 10 starting to climb the ladder, selling for about $300, $400, $500, then I might consider selling it, but not until that point. And I do think that point is coming at some point. So let's go ahead and switch over to football. I only sent in one card that was basketball or football. And you guys know me, and from my previous videos on cards that I like, you can see the grade right there. It's a 9.5. This is a Peyton Manning rookie card. It's a 1998 Topps Gold Label, which is actually my favorite card of all time. We're talking about base cards, base set. This card right here is like my favorite set, my favorite card. I'm trying to catch it in the light where you guys can see it really well. So this is the Class 2 Topps Gold Label. Just a little bit of general knowledge, okay? This year, see how this gold label right here is gold? There's 3 different kinds. You have the gold like this, and then you have the black where it's just kind of darker, and then you have the red. The reds are serial numbered, and the reds are really expensive. So this is the class This right here, this is what determines the class. So if it's gold like this, it's class 1. If it's got the diamonds like this, which I think is the prettiest one of the three, this is the class 2. And if it's class 3, it has gold like this, but then it has like little tiny, like little shiny diamond type of look to it or whatever. And those would be the class 3. So this is the class 2, which is my favorite. Basically, like right now, if you're trying to buy a box of this stuff, it's pretty expensive. It's probably about $250, $300, maybe more. And this surface that's on these gold label cards is real like sensitive to heat. So if you buy a box of this stuff, and there's plenty of videos out there where people are opening this, it's really, the cards stick together really easy. Okay, and so to get a new one that's freshly graded, a 9.5 like this, like a gem mint or a mint plush, I should say, you know, it's kind of a rare thing. A lot of times the class 3s and the class 2s, when you open up the pack, they're at the very back, and the first few cards stick together really bad. So unless you get a class 2 or a class 3 Manning rookie card, it's probably going to be damaged. It's going to probably be messed up. So you know, these are the ones that you really want to get: the class 2s, the class 3s, the golds or the black labels. And if you can, you know, if you can afford it, you know, you maybe get a red label. But anyway, yeah, really nice card. I had a PSA 10. I let that one go last year for I think it was like the same card, class 2, you know, with the gold label. I think I let it go for about $60. I picked up this card raw on eBay. I think I spent like, you know, $10 on it, maybe less. I'm not too sure. I have to look into it and look at my previous purchases. But you know, I'll probably try to sell this card. I think somebody will enjoy it more than me. Peyton Manning was probably my favorite quarterback, especially out of Tom Brady and Drew Brees. I like Drew Brees a lot, and I think that his records will definitely stand and stuff like that. But as far as how Peyton Manning played the game and how he ran his team and how vocal he was and the kind of leader he was, I just really liked Peyton Manning a lot. And this is one of my favorite cards. So I probably should keep it, but at the same time, you know what? I think that some Colts fan out there would probably enjoy it a little bit more than me. Yeah, I got the Mint Plus, so I'm pretty happy with that. If you get one that's black label, it will actually say black label right here. And then if it's a red label, it'll actually have the stamped serial number right there. So that's an easy way to tell the difference. Some of the newer gold label stuff, if it's a class 2, sometimes it will say class 2 or class 3 also on it. It's a lot like Flair Showcase, how it has different seats and rows and stuff like that. It's a little bit confusing for some people. But I was actually in the hobby at this time, and I remember opening it up brand new back in the day. So I'm real familiar with it. And, you know, Topps Gold Label, man, I mean, if you just check out this card, man, it's just awesome. The way that it reflects. It's like all the gold label cards are like basically awesome refractors, you know, real beautiful cards. So yeah, I was really excited to see the grade when I got this one graded. So it was pretty nice. Real happy with that grade. I didn't expect it to get a 9.5. I expected it to get a 9, so I was pretty happy with the grade. This one right here, this is a card that I really suggest that you guys invest in. It's a 2013 Topps Chrome update. This is the very first year for Topps Chrome update. The only way that you can get these cards, unless you buy them, you know, singles like this, is if you buy the boxes. And basically, it's a Topps Chrome. It's a Topps update box that has 2 Chrome packs in it. So the print run on this stuff has to be very low compared to the update. Because the update, you had like the mega boxes, you had the hobby, the jumbo, and then you had the blasters. Well, the blasters, they came with these 2 chrome packs, and the only thing that set this card apart from being pristine is the centering. I guess it's not 50-50. It's probably close though. You can tell that this side right here is a little thinner than this side, and so I definitely don't disagree with the SGC on this one whatsoever. I was real surprised on this one. I thought that this card also would get like a 9.95 But I kind of cleaned it, polished it, made it look good, and it ended up getting a 10 gem mint. And I bought this car raw on eBay for about $6-7, and I spent $10 to get it graded. And I think these cards are selling right now, PSA 10s, for about $250, close to $300. They have gone up quite a bit, and rightfully so, because they are much rarer than the regular paper update cards. And it's not too late to get your hands on some out there, raw ones. If I was you guys and you guys wanted to get an Arenado rookie card, I would definitely get the Topps Chrome update. They're just much more rare. The print runs are much less, and it's a sturdier card, so it's going to be a lot easier for them to be less damaged than the regular paper update. So you have a better chance of getting one raw that's a 9.5 or a 9 or a 10, as opposed to the paper ones, because the paper ones are just so much more delicate. You know what I'm saying? So, sweet card, man. I really don't know if I'm going to keep this one or try to sell it. I'm really not too sure. If I do try to sell it, it's not going to be yet. I'm going to wait a little while to see how the prices go up, because I really do think that they will at some point. But the prices on them right now are a lot better than when I bought this card raw, so I could turn around and sell this card for a huge profit right now. I'm guessing if I wanted to, I could probably sell this card for about $250. And literally, I only have maybe about $15 into this card, so it's a pretty good pickup for me. So the 10 gem mint also, nice card, man. It's funny, in this description, it actually says Mega Box. It's the only way that you can get these Topps Chrome updates, and it's the very first year for Topps Chrome updates. So a lot of times in the hobby, if it's the first set, the first time, it adds value. And so that's one of the reasons I really expect this card to shoot up tremendously in value. So nice solid card right there. I was real happy with that grade. I did send in 3 different cards that were all autographed, and they did it right. I sent them a message with the box saying that I wanted the grades autoed, or the autos graded also, not just the card. And they did it right when I was really excited about that. So let's go ahead and talk about the first one. This card is probably roughly about a 90 point or so, maybe 100. And so they do grade thicker cards, guys. Sometimes if they're super thick, they won't, because the cases, they have to modify them a little bit, I'm guessing, to make them fit. So you can definitely tell that they are thicker. I'm going to put them side by side. It's hard to see, unless you're looking at it in person, but this is thicker. This is the auto right here. So the cases are a little bit thicker, and then they have this little thing. See, if you watch my finger, it stops, okay? It's not flush, okay? So they do have a thicker case. If I take a regular case, it's flush. I can move it up and down real easy. So if you're wondering if they do grade thicker cards, guys, they do. But at the same time, if it is super thick, I think if it's thicker than maybe like 150 point, 180 point, I'm not too sure. If you have questions about that, call SGC and ask them. Excuse me. I did a video where I actually cleaned this card and the next 2 cards, and I'm talking about I think it's like a Beckett submission. I was gonna send these cards into Beckett, and I decided last minute that I was just gonna send them to SGC because I like SGC the most. I believe in SGC the most. For me, Beckett, I like the slabs at Beckett a lot. They're really thick, and I love how they put a little inner sleeve inside of them. But at the same time, I don't believe in Beckett as a company. I think that for me, the price guide, is their bread and butter, not card grading. And they let their price guide go big time. And I'm not happy about that. I think that if, Beckett still held the water today, it would fix a lot of our hobby problems. But anyway, talking about this card here, it got the 10 and then 10 gem mint. It's got pretty much anything that you could be asking for when it comes to a rookie card. if you guys check out 2011 Topps Finest Auto rookie card, Mike Trout prices, they're really high. They're like probably $4,000 and up. Okay, Nolan Arenado. Seeing how this is actually got the piece of relic in it, the jumbo, the patch. I don't know what kind of Rocky uniform is red, so it's kind of funny to me. Maybe it's like a throwback alternate jersey, something. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but anyway, it's got the auto on it. It's got the sticker auto, and it all fits inside this little box right here, and I got a 10, and the card's a 10, so it's a real sweet card. It's got the rookie card logo. It's not serial numbered, but it's okay, I guess. These are usually like out of the boxes, they're usually like a one in a box type of deal situation. So they're not super tough pulls, but to get the Arenado or the Yelich, is a pretty big deal, I think, in my opinion. Real pretty card, man. The way that it shines, it's real pretty. Looking at the card through the case, I can see a little smudge right there. I'm not too sure as to why this card maybe didn't pristine. A lot of times the thicker cards, there's a lot more area on a thicker card for the card to get messed up, and the thicker cards are much tougher grades, especially with PSA. So I'll take the 10 gem mint all day. I mean, it's a beautiful card. It's a nice grade. I can't complain. It's nice. Really happy with this card. It has etching in it, these lines, which is pretty cool. It's not serial numbered or anything like that, but it's not an easy pull. It's an Arenado autograph rookie card, and it's got the jumbo, the patch. So it's sweet, man. I really think that these cards will shoot up in value big time. I don't know if they'll reach 4,000 plus, but I can see these cards starting to sell for 500 plus. So we'll hold on to that one for a little while and see how it does. The next two cards are actually pretty similar cards. This one right here, this is the gold refractor. It's number 20 out of 50. And out of all the three that I sent in, I'll just put them all right here. Out of all three of these cards right here, I thought that this one was the best. When I was looking at it with my naked eye, when I was cleaning it, when I was checking it out, I thought that this one was the best. I really did. I don't know if it got the lowest grade, the 9.5 gem mint, because it was the most valuable one. It's the rarest one. Honestly, if we're looking at the cards side by side, looking at the centering, the glove is pretty much in the exact same spot as far as like his body, where it's at on the picture. You can judge it by the elbow too. So they're pretty much exactly the same. His pants in his pocket and his rear pocket, they're close to the border, the same. This gold one right here, it must have got a different grade because of surface issue or something. I don't know. I cleaned all the cards and they all were like pretty much the same, immaculate. Maybe there's like a slight edge issue somewhere or something like that. I can't be certain exactly why as to this one got like a half point less than the other two. But to me personally, I thought that this was the nicest one, and it got the worst grade. So that tells you right there, I'm definitely not a professional grader. I trust SGC's opinion. That's what they do. They grade cards. So they probably got it right, and I can't say that they didn't. But yeah, just a little bit of intel from me to you. I thought that this was the nicest one, and it actually was the worst one. And a lot of these grades were real surprise grades, like that purple refractor, the Bowman First Chrome. I did not think that would gem mint at all. I really didn't, and it did. So for me on this card to be the best out of the three was a real shocker. But yeah, this is I mean, if you look at this card, guys, it's landscaped, so would be like a traditional up and down. It's landscaped, and that might hurt the value a little bit, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on the availability of different cards in different sets and years and rookies and stuff like that. Because there's a lot of Arenado rookie cards that are straight up and down like this, you know. But the Nolan Ryan rookie card, the only one that you can get was like this, you know, the landscape style. So anyway, yeah, just real pretty card. It's got the nice stripe in it for the Rockies, you know, uniforms. Real nice auto. It's funny if you look at just the autos, how different they are. You guys can see. Well, you know what? Let's just. You guys see how different the autos are? They are definitely not identical. So, you know, I don't know exactly how Nolan Arenado's signature looks today, if he signs stuff today, but you know, the autos are definitely not identical. They're close, but they're not identical. But one of the reasons that they did this, where they actually graded the auto, is because right here, I don't know if you guys can pick that up, it says top certified. If you go to SGC website, it actually says on there that they will grade autos that are certified, and Topps is certifying this auto right there. As far as like what anybody's really looking for in a rookie card, it has everything. This card, it's a mint plus. It's got the auto. It's a sticker auto. A lot of people like the on card, but to me, in my opinion, it doesn't matter too much. But to some people, it does. But yeah, it's got the serial number to 50. It's got the sticker auto. It's got the relic, and it's got everything. So I really expect these cards, like I said, to shoot up in value quite a bit. I think they're very undervalued for the player, you know, that he is in the set, and then like what the Mike Trout sell for. This card right here is a steal, in my opinion. So that's why I got 3 of them. You know, that's the gold version right there, and this is the X Factor version. Just for fun, I'm gonna go ahead and find that X Factor Topps Finest, and put them next to each other. There it is, right there. So this is like the kind of like the set, you know what I mean? This is the X Factor Refractor rookie card, and this is the X Factor. On the actual case, it says Topps Finest Autographed Jumbo Relic. So, it's a pretty cool little set right here, man. You know, it's the X Factor. This is also serial numbered right here, number 10 out of 149. Sticker auto. It's got a baby blue jersey patch, a lot like the red one. I'm not too sure when the Rockies wear baby blue, so I'm not really too big of a fan of the colors, but yeah, I'm not too sure, man. It's all good, I guess. Maybe it had like an all-star. Maybe it's like an all-star thing. I'm not really too sure. Excuse me. I don't think that he would have been an all-star in his rookie year, so I really don't know where that blue patch came from, but I think out of all the refractors, and most of the time, the X Factors are probably my favorite ones. I just like the designs in them, the little square, extra refractory type situation that the X Factors have. They're just a little bit better looking to me than the regular refractor. You know, I guess it's just a matter of taste, you know, and what you guys like. This is real simple and beautiful, and this one has just got a little bit more extra going on with it. So, but yeah, it's pretty much got everything on it, man. It's got the 10 grades, the jumbo patch, the autograph, and it's serial numbered, and it's got the rookie card logo. So, sweet card, man. I really like having these cards. I'm going to be holding on to them for a little while. I expect the prices on them to go up a lot, so that pretty much completes my submission return. Real curious to know what you guys thought about after I showed you guys about this Griffey Jr. It did not meet my minimum 8.5. I was definitely a little sad about that. Let me know in the comments what you guys think that it should have got or what it should grade, considering the fact that it's not a crease, it does not go through the card, it's just a little surface wrinkle. If you check out one of my older videos, I sent in a card to Beckett. There's a Mike Trout green platinum refractor, 2010, and on that card it had a surface wrinkle like somewhere like on the top center middle, and it was big. It was like this big. It had a huge wrinkle in it, and the subgrades was 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, and 8, and the card ended up getting a 9. When I've talked about in some of my older videos about card grading in general, I've told you guys before, if you have just a surface flaw, you might want to send it to Beckett, because I think that Beckett, with the surface grades, if it's not a crease, and if it's genuinely a wrinkle or a paint flaw or something like that, the other grades can carry it. And I think that's going to be the case with this card right here. I think that the other subgrades are going to carry the surface grade. If they grade the surface an 8, which I don't even think that it deserves an 8, to be honest, considering the fact that wrinkle is so light and you can't see it very well. I think that it'll probably get an 8.5, and then the other subgrades will probably boost it up to either a 9 or a 9.5. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to definitely send it into Beckett very soon, sometime within the next, I'd say, week or so. I'm going to pay the premium price, send it in, and try to get it back as soon as I can. I'm going to make that video, and I'm really looking forward to doing that, because SGC did not think that this was 8.5 or better, but I can almost guarantee you that Beckett's going to grade it an 8.5 or a 9, and I'll prove it to you guys. So anyways, yeah, I've been waiting for these cards for a long time. Like I said, they got this order on April 8th. That's when they received it. I probably shipped it out like April 3rd or something like that. I'm gonna see if I can go over some of the invoice with you guys without without giving away any kind of account information. And I can actually go ahead and just show the whole thing, because this isn't my current address anymore. So I'm going to just go ahead and throw the thing on camera. Yeah, it doesn't have any kind of credit card information on it or anything like that. But so I submitted it on April 5th. They got it on April 8th. That's my my email, if you guys want to send me an email. That is not my current address anymore, so don't worry about that. That is my phone number. Maybe I'll cover that up with my thumb. So yeah, that's all the cards. 20-day business. Raw value, I declared the value to be about 730. 13 cards. That's what it cost me right there. To get these cards graded. So if you guys are curious about prices and stuff like that, it was $25 to ship 13 cards. So that's pretty much about $2.50 or something like that per card for them to ship back to you, which is a pretty fair price. Usually it costs me like $4.20 to ship out a card in a bubble mailer to somebody if I sell a card on eBay. So but anyways, yeah, really excited about getting these cards back finally. It took a long time, and I wish that right there they would have actually put the Griffey. It says minimum grade not met. If they could do something like that where they decided like, okay, it didn't meet the minimum grade that I put, but what did they grade it at? Maybe they graded it at an 8 or a 7.5. It's just I'd like to know that, just out of curiosity, to see what they think. Maybe that's something that they can do in the future. I think that would be a pretty good idea for them. So anyway, yeah, that was definitely the heartbreaker right there. But I really do believe that this card will get a much better grade with Beckett. So I'm going to send it out and see what it gets. And then whatever it gets is whatever it gets. I'm not going to put a minimum grade on it. I'm just going to send it in. And then say if it comes back a 9.95, I might possibly send it to SGC again, just to see, if they'll cross it over. I don't think that they will, but we'll see how it goes. I'm definitely curious to see if they will do that. Like, say if this card got a BGS 9, I wonder if they'll actually slab it, do a crossover for me as a SGC 9. So it'll be curious to see, because I would like this card to be in an SGC holder. I just like SGC much better than everybody else. So it would have been nice if it would have just met my minimum 8.5. I don't think that I was asking too much on the 8.5 on this card, but I guess with a couple little surface issues, it didn't get it. But anyway, I gotta end the video right there. I'll talk to y'all later.